Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of UT4 Elim League Season 4, hosted by UT Pugs. We have a regular season matchup between Asian Sensation and we are Annihilators, and we're going to be getting into this one in just a second. We are slightly delayed. I am the problem this time. They are all ready and set to go, and I'm the one holding things up. I am the evil I have sworn to fight against, but that does not distract that I have been asked to cast this match. I had the availability in the end to cast this match, and we are going to be watching this match. The self-described toilet bowl between everybody and, well, I shouldn't say everybody, between We Are Annihilators and Asian Sensation, and we are going to have, I think, you know, let's see, we've won 4 times as many maps as you, though. Does that mean they've won 4? I don't think they've won any. But we're about to see who's going to get a map win tonight. This is going to be a big one. Both teams capable of taking this one. No one's going to be disappointed. This should be an absolute banger of a match between two very evenly matched teams. Although my soft spot is that I do think Asian Sensation, if they had some more time, had some more practice, had some more wherewithal, they'd be able to come in, take this, and absolutely smash it up. No problems whatsoever. But as it stands, they're going to be struggling to fight this one out and take each other down. Hopefully we have 3 9-9 maps, and we have the most fun we're going to have all season casting a match until maybe Grand Finals. Granted, I hope that I am not casting Grand Finals, because if I'm not casting Grand Finals, that means I'm participating in Grand Finals, in which case everyone will be, well, deeply disappointed, because it means their team's not in Grand Finals. So, deal with it. But, as it stands, we are here, we are ready, we are casting this match, and we are still waiting on somebody that is not myself to get into the hub, which is surprising. One second. I'm gonna do some tricky business right here. Gonna turn off my UT4 cam so you guys don't see it. Oh, I probably shouldn't do that on stream either. Sorry, just taking my time and letting them know that they, in fact, have more viewers than they would expect, so they can, yeah, you know, I'll just cut that out of the VOD. I'll make sure to go and edit this shit out. I didn't think about that, like, until the last second before I did it, so we're gonna have to make sure that that doesn't get shown. Well, technically, I think you can all find user IDs if you go to the stats page. So, you know, I'm not actually as worried about that. Mostly didn't want to show the new Archon password. But we have ready ups, and as once again, UT4 Elim League Season 4, hosted by UT Pugs. We are going live, a regular season match between Asian Sensation and We Are Annihilators. We're going to have a great matchup here between these two teams. Battle of the last place, and we're going to go right on board. Well, just because it did say, I don't care, delaying. Monty getting some Nice. We'll give him, as he immediately fails a lift jump up to a bad spot and is kind of in between two people. We're going to see multiple members here. Monty trying to fight Chris at mini and fight Gabo at shock stairs and fight somebody up at top. Goes down, and now all of a sudden it is Nolja. Well, I shouldn't say Nolja. It is a Banco versus a bunch here, and Banco going down. Subbing for Rum. Monty saying not again. He has 0 damage so far. This, woof, not looking good for Monty so far. We're going to go on board Practice round 2. Practice probably the carry player for We Are Annihilators, and hitting a nice snipe onto Banco. Start off and then fights right into Nolja, and Flak coming out, not connecting, and Nolja loading, well, I thought he was loading rockets, loading Flak balls, and Practice just shocking down Nolja. Nolja and power dropping, and now Monty needs to pull a rabbit out of the hat in a 1v4. Gonna be tough, and gets Gabo. Great Flak flick, but not quite enough. 1v4, a mountain too tall for Monty to climb. Goes down, and we are gonna go on board. Let's go with actually Chris Powa, the guy who's kind of been first or second for We Are Annihilators, and he's going to get right behind Banco, but Banco ends up dropping, and Chris, nice combo, and now he is looking everybody on. There's a party at the minigun, and it looks like Asian Sensation is not invited as they get bounced from the round, and 3-0 already in favor of We Are Annihilators. They are crushing so far, and we're going to go on board Nolja and see if he can maybe turn it around for his team. He's kind of been one of the guys that has been carrying Asian Sensation, at least in terms of overall performance. Not quite, but great rocket onto Gabo, lands and takes down Gabo, and now Practice has a Nolja with Flak in his face, but gets out of that. Nolja unable to connect anything, and Practice and Chris Powa in a 2v4. Going to be a tough one here, and Chris actually going down to Nolja, and Practice dying at the same time, and Asian Sensation gets a round on the board, and we have got to go. Let's go on board Banco, the sub for Rummy. Rummy doing decently for his team, but I'm not quite sure if Asian Sensation, if this is considered an upgrade or what, but Rummy doing well, but Banco might be a little bit more consistent, and definitely showing like he's got some consistency there as he's in a 1v4, but he takes out 2, gives himself a chance to win this round. But wow, Gabo and Chris almost walking into that. Minigun coming out, but the snipe hitting, and a nice rocket out of Banco. Can he hit the snipe? The follow-up, take care, but Chris Powa pushes, gets the snipe, and Gabo gets the minigun. Banco goes down. Great try to Banco, but not quite enough. And we're going to go on board Mr. Gabo Shocks, Gabo Chokes, Gabo whatever, just Gabo. We're going to call him that, as he's pushing behind Monty. Doesn't connect on the combo. Can hear, can't see, but Tri-Rocks come through, but takes some shots from behind. The back shots come through, and Gabo taking a little bit of damage. Getting behind Nolja now, though, but Nolja drops, is aggressive, and is able to get out of where Gabo is. Banco dodging the Tri-Rockets, not landing the Flak. Surprising. Banco's usually hitting pretty good Flaks. Banco, last alive, goes down, and 5-1. We Are Annihilators is taking Asian Sensation to the cleaners. Not exactly what we were expecting or hoping for, but it is not going the way for Asian Sensation so far, as we're going to go on board with Power, last member of Asian Sensation, not to see around. And we're going to see if Power can make the difference with his powerful projectiles, but so far they have already dropped. Monty going down early. Asian Sensation once again losing players early in the round. Need to be able to maybe keep themselves a bit more comported, as Banco once again last alive, and his core gets blown up by an enemy, but a little bit too far away to actually count as any damage. And there goes Asian Sensation, as they are getting worked so far. We're going to go on board Adram last round, and probably focusing on Asian Sensation, focusing on We Are Annihilators from here on out, as Asian Sensation is not having their greatest of maps. Maybe the substitute of Banco for Rum is giving them some chemistry problems, but I kind of doubt that that is what they're actually experiencing. But Adram's going to go up to the bio here on Signify and runs right into Nolja, but Nolja somehow able to not, avoid damage, and nobody doing any damage to each other for a while, but eventually Nolja does go down. Monty left in the 1v3. And this is going to be tough. And Monty has Chris Power with a link gun right in his face. Chris Power's flat comes out. Monty gets shredded. And down goes Chris. And last, we're going to be on board with Practice. Practice 4.1 PPR currently. Definitely carrying We Are Annihilators. And behind Banco, Banco not looking, and Practice is continuing to hold the angle. Eventually sees Monty, but misses Monty, misses Nolja, and rockets straight to the face. Practice is, well, I don't know why he's concerned. You're up 7-1, but, you never know. No lead is too safe. And Chris now, 1v2. Got Banco down to 14 HP, but Banco hits the shot on Chris, crouched behind the shock jump pad, and down goes Chris Power, and a second round on the board for Asian Sensation. They just need to be able to see if they can't continue this, momentum a little bit and get this to a very close match, maybe even make the full comeback. But who knows? Gonna be tough for them. Monty going down. Practice taking care of Monty to the, taking him to the cleaners. But now Practice and his teammate Gabo stuck over by statues. And Banco coping in chat already. You'll love to see it. Practice last alive. 1v2 takes care of Nolja. And now Power hits the snipe. 7 HP. Power takes care of Practice. And down goes Practice, as we have a 7-3 game. Asian Sensation getting 2 rounds in a row. Hopefully, maybe staging the comeback. Practice still 4.1 PPR, easily leading his team, making it not even close. And Practice looking for some shots. Not going to be able to find anything right now. And even the bio combo a little bit too late, but Banco and Power now in a 2 versus 4. Make that a 1 versus 4. Banco all alone. Sees Adram, does not hit Adram. Sees Gabo, doesn't hit Gabo. And sees Practice, hits Practice, but Practice hits him. 8-3. We Are Annihilators are taking absolute control of this matchup. And they don't want to be the team that remains winless. Asian Sensation finding that they are having some struggles. Hopefully they can right the ship, because I think the sum of their parts isn't exactly great, but their parts seem like they should be great. And now Gabo running into Monty running into Gabo and Chris, and Monty going down 9-3. Signify is turned into a runaway, where Practice is showing that even though he is barely practiced, he is clearly probably worth his salary, even though he has given about 0 inches of any sort of practice at all. Clearly, very good player, and showing why in this matchup. Takes care of Nolja, and now Power left alone to try and save map number 1 for his team. Not going to be able to do it. Goes down, and that is a 10-3 to We Are Annihilators. And that is a surprising result, considering we thought that these teams should be somewhat evenly matched, judging by... Oh, forgot to change the scoreline. Well, it's 0-1 now. going to be waiting on what the hell are you guys talking about? 3v4 is going to be a tough street, I think. Especially there are some teams that definitely their 4-man squads would be quite strong. But I do think even with Brother Justice, like 4v4 becomes doable with Brother Justice. Because he'll get some kills with random spam shit. So now practice is learning that you can get to the... Man, these people watching this movement is... Why are they struggling? Well, granted, there's some idiot shooting them, but... We have a ready up. We have an enter. We are getting into map number 2 on... on Structured between We Are Annihilators and Asian Sensation. We Are Annihilators taking map number 1, and I'm going to assume, judging by map number 1, that they're going to take map number 2, but you never know. It could be anyone's game so far. Anything can happen. I've also seen Monty do very well on Structured, but again, you don't know. Too early, too late, but right now it is looking like We Are Annihilators going to take round 1. Monty last alive, 5 HP. We're just going to... I mean, he's going to go down before we can swap to him. Didn't have my hands on the keyboard, and it was over quickly. And we'll go on board with Monty, see how he's getting into map number 2, hopefully helping his team. Getting a lot of damage. Don't know, the rocket definitely looked like he was thinking those were 2K4 rockets there. Muscle memory not quite there, but great shooting. Monty getting the shots down, and Gabbo should be low. Just get on top of him and link him, Monty. Doesn't matter. It is a 1-1, and Asian Sensation finally is taking around when it matters and getting themselves into this game. And we're going to look right on board. Nolja, team captain. Can he make something happen? Throws some grenades down, takes the lift up, and is going to rotate over. Adram taking big damage out of Nolja's rockets. Nolja finishing up with a snipe. And all of a sudden, it is a 2v4 in... Chris Power gets absolutely annihilated. And Nolja is having a round, and rockets are coming out, but Practice able to land the shock tapes. Takes down Nolja, but... not quite enough. Nolja hits the wrecker, takes care of the rest of We Are Annihilators, and now we have a party in the top middle, and Chris Power shooting flak balls, but it is Adram that drops first, and soon to follow is Gabbo, and now like 4v2 once again. Round number 3, Practice last alive, 2 HP. It is going to be tough. Any little bit of damage will take him down. A little bit of damage he receives, plus 68 more of it from Banco. And Banco going for those overkills and trying to get that PPR up. We'll go on board with Banco now, as he got the extra 68 damage. Shorts the combo, though, then blows one up way too late to hit Practice. Rocket coming out, not hitting anything. Combo also completely absent, but... We Are Annihilators drops another player early, and this is a opposite day of Signify, when Asian Sensation couldn't keep a player alive to save their bacon, and instead we've got, well, now we have a 1 versus 2. Adram little over 100 HP. Banco dropping down right in front of him, not hitting a shot. Finally does land a shock primary. Lands a bit of a flak, lands a snipe, and that is a 4-1. And so far, Asian Sensation, completely different result to map number 1, as they are absolutely taking We Are Annihilators to the cleaner so far. But Monty eats a 122 damage combo. That is not good for the skin. Gabo missing the rocket onto Power. Power not missing either rocket onto Gabo. Gabo goes down, and Chris Power now last alive, 1 versus 4. He's going to need to pull a lot of things out of his hat if he wants to try and win this. Not going to happen. And there goes another round over to Asian Sensation. Asian Sensation is taking... We are Annihilators to the cleaners right now. And Nolja crouching in a corner. Adram able to find him. And Adram gets to the top control. No one contesting him, but Monty has boots. Monty shocks up there, but nothing going. Monty going down. And now looks like finally We Are Annihilators has gotten the better of a round to Asian Sensation, but Asian Sensation, Nolja's still alive, barely dies to a snipe. And a big combo onto Adram, but there are multiple people there right in his face. Nolja somehow getting out of there, but Gabo hits the shot, connects, takes him down, and gets a second round on the board for We Are Annihilators. And we're going to go on board with Power. And can Power make something happen for his team? This map is a map that theoretically should suit him, usually considered more of a projectile, quote-unquote, spam weapon map. Hits some great grenades onto Practice. Practice just walks into them, and weapon switching out of Power. We are not used to this. He is a man of many flat cannons and rockets, and he takes down Practice. And now Gabo walks right into Power. Power takes down Gabo, and Power is having himself around, making Practice's life miserable. But Monty going down, and now Power left alone, needs to take the HP and do something to try and get this round for Asian Sensation. Going to be possible, but hard. Chris Power is the one who is low. Can he get the kill onto Chris Power first and give himself a 1v1? Why am I saying Annihilators? Because their team is called Annihilators. That's what that word is. That's what it is. Practice taking care of Power. Benko last alive as he needs to make something happen. 1v4. Gonna be tough. Adram taking care of Benko, and 5-4. And Asian Sensation has completely blown the lead against We Are Annihilators. Oh, We Are Annihilation. Okay. Well, We Are Annihilation is taking a bit of a fight here, and it is Power versus Practice. I was gonna say Practice wins that one, 5-5, and Asian Sensation has blown a 5-1 lead against We Are Annihilation, as they are definitely, they looked crisp until they didn't, and right now Practice 3.3 PPR takes care of Power. Apologize for putting the scoreboard up to check that. But now Monty getting flanked, goes down, and Nolja is going to be soon having multiple people in front of him. Needs to get a kill, does get one, but goes down shortly after. And 5 straight rounds now for We Are Annihilation. And that is a we're going to go just back on board with Practice. He just hits a nice snipe onto Monty and makes use of the... I was going to say makes use of the dodge he just learned, but then he failed it, and now is getting pushed down into sewers and is in the 1 versus 3, and that is going to be tough. Practice getting a kill, still 1 versus 2. Nolja making use of the mesh that is up there that allows him to stand on the wall, and Practice has very little HP left. Nolja is going to take him down, ties the game back up and is asking WTF as Nolja makes use of the ledge that exists up there to get the drop onto Practice. And let's go on board. Nolja currently leading for his team, fighting Adram for top control, fighting 2 for top control. Gabo and Adram both taking a little bit of chip damage there. And Chris Powa right in front of Nolja, and damage is not coming out. And Nolja's able to survive 100 HP, misses somebody that Chris Powa right in front of him. And Nolja in a 1 versus 4 needs to try and make something happen. But there's somebody behind him, somebody in front of him, and he gets Eiffel Towered by a couple members of We Are Annihilation and gets taken down. And they're retaking the lead 7-6, and they need to try and make something. I mean, Asian Sensation needs to make something happen sooner rather than later. Practice is going to be dropping down into sewers in front of 2 people, and somehow 17 HP goes down to Practice. Gabo last alive. 1 versus 4. And going to be Nolja. Somehow the combo is just not close enough to him. Gabo getting linked down. Gabo getting taken down. 7-7. And Asian Sensation is trying their dangest hardest to win a map and avoid going winless completely. Even if they lose every match, you don't want to say that you haven't had any 2-1s also. That is never a great feeling. And going on board, Monty sees Practice and shoots Practice. Rocket not quite connecting. Snipe not connecting. Practice using the wall dodging, getting out of dodge. And now Monty behind Adram and just not quite able to connect. It does connect right onto Adram's face. And now Chris Powa is in the 1 versus 2. Power and Monty. And Monty does see... Chris Powa cannot avoid the grenade to the face as grenades take care of Chris Powa in the 1 versus 2. Going down, giving Asian Sensation a bit of a lead here. And once again, we'll go on board with Nolja, as Nolja, the one who's been carrying so far, but Power was number 2 on the PPR charts, and they are hunting for whatever they can. And flanks coming in on multiple people. Practice going down. Chris Powa probably also going to go down, although he does take somebody with him, and he is still healthy, but he does die to a snipe. The snipe does not come through yet. Drop. Why? I have no words for what I just watched, where Power took the HP that Nolja could have used to survive a snipe. That was insanity. Flak coming out. Flak specialist on flak specialist. Who is going to win? Power has the flak, hits the flak, and down goes Chris Powa as the Power Bowl winner goes to Power, who takes the round. And now Asian Sensation 1 round away from taking their first win of the season, map win anyways. And it is going to be tough, though, because Nolja's got a bio out while getting pushed. And it is Nolja and Power against 2, and now just Power. Power going down. And it is 8-9, and can Practice bring his team back? He's 1 PPR clear of his closest teammate, and they are down 1 round, needing to win 2 in a row to win structured. And Practice, Power just gonna ignore Practice, who he definitely saw, and move over towards top and try and get into a fight with Adram. And already 2 players dropping for We Are Annihilation. It is I was going to say 2 versus 3. It is a 2 versus 2 as Practice takes down Power. And now Banco pushing Practice. Monty also pushing Practice. And I do like Asian Sensation's positioning right here, as Banco and Monty are able, much more conjoined, have a better control of their angles than We Are Annihilation right now. Practice goes up top and hits Monty with a nice rocket, hits Monty with a flak, but goes down to Banco, shooting him from the back. And now Chris Powell is trying to push. Benko looks like he cored Chris Powell's core, and core canceled. And Chris Powell crucially does survive a snipe, has a little bit, just enough of HP, but he takes a flak out of Benko, and now he's only got 10 and goes down to Benko, and Asian Sensation has taken their first map of the season. And what a map it was. 10-8 over We Are Annihilation. And I mean, Monty, the low man on the totem pole in their first win. Granted, still has 2,900 damage, not the lowest man in the damage counter, but Power able to get the kills when it mattered. And even though he only has 13% LG, hey, they take those. They take those. Win going over 2-8. We are Asian Sensation. Asian Sensation able to take a win and get themselves on the scoreboard. Make Super Phantasmic the most explosive map on the map list. A decisive map number 3 here between these two teams, as we are looking for a tiebreaker in the toilet bowl. And who is going to be the king of the shitter? We're going to find out in just another couple of minutes. Maybe even less, depending on how quickly they ready up. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A decisive map number 3 between Asian Sensation and We Are Annihilation. Practice hitting him with the hard ray of truth. And we'll go on board with Practice, who is a true speaker and a headshot getter, as Nolja's noggin takes a big one early on in round number 1, and just drop that health pack over to Practice. If you will kindly give him the extra HP, as he is looking like he's trying to move forward and snipes Benko. Can he snipe Power? Headshots Power. Power's noggin is not safe from the nogginator. However, Benko versus Adram, 10 versus 4 HP, and I mean, Adram really wants this HP. Benko really wants this HP. Adram dropping down. Adram getting the HP. Adram sniping Benko, getting round 1 on the board for We Are Annihilation. Great round out of Adram. Let's give him some love. 5.4 PPR. Practice hitting 2 nogs really did help his team, as he also annihilated Nolja early on. We Are Annihilation, true to their name, as Nolja made it about 3 seconds into that round before dying. But Adram not making it very far in that round. And we're going to go on board. Monty currently pushing, but he's also getting pushed. Gabba going down, but Monty getting traded immediately. And now Practice, as Chris Powell low, but Practice probably going to be pushing. Takes down Benko, and now Nolja, last alive in the 1 versus 2. Could take down Chris Powell with 1 shot, but he cannot find the shot. And now Chris Powell is on him, but Chris Powell then goes down, and Nolja dies to Practice's sniper. Practice's very practiced sniper rifle. Practices practically takes Nolja out of the round and gives a second round on the board to We Are Annihilation, as they are currently leading the tiebreaker. We've already been on board with Adram, but we're going to go on board Benko. Benko actively fighting Adram, and Benko going at it in the low mid, but Benko core connecting with the wall, and Benko finding the snipe onto Chris Powell, and can he get another one? Sees somebody below him, and it looks like Gabbo pushing into that low goo. Benko last alive, 1 versus 4. Chris Powell heard that shot. Chris Powell boot jumps up. The rocket does not connect. And now Benko, 5 HP, needs to get a kill. Can't get a kill. And 3-0. Already, Asian Sensation is down on their luck, needing to get a couple of rounds here Things are not going their way so far. Monty trying to make the change to that as he lands a snipe on Adram early on, but he hopefully should snipe somebody else, and snipe on Chris Powa. He does land. Gonna move forward and find Chris, but he's taking a lot of damage from the side. It goes down to tunnel visioned, and Nolja goes down, and all of a sudden it looks like Asian Sensation is relying on their non-Asian member, as Banco also dropping, and now it is a 4-0. And this is looking like it is going the way of We Are Annihilation very quickly. And we're going to go back on board with practice here, as Banco absolutely eliminating Adram while also in the process of dying himself. But cannot believe that he got so much out of that. And what a shot out of practice. But he has also been getting hit, and he's very low and needing to land some more damage. Not going to happen. And Asian Sensation able to get a round on the board. And thank God they got it sooner rather than later, as they badly needed to start making some movement on the scoreboard, as being down 5-0, as they say, is a lot worse than being down 4-1. But Power sitting in the back, hit scanning. This is not usually where you'd see Power, but maybe just not feeling that comfortable on this map. Has Gabo right in front, gets headshot by Gabo. Nolja dies to an amazing combo at the same time, and it is 5-1 in favor of We Are Annihilation. Taking the early lead so far and looking to keep it rolling. Go on board, can practice, keep up this good form of play, as Nolja just gets blown up by rockets and a snipe. And practice looking to solidify, well, I shouldn't say looking to, We Are Annihilation is going to solidify the lead. 6-1. They've taken an absolute commanding presence over this, and practice for PPR looking like the 850 player he was predicted to be. The more he played, the better he got, and I mean, just a matter of time. This team could have been a lot stronger if he came in looking this good. But Power going to get on to practice, and practice going to kind of really, definitely a bad trade for him, but it doesn't matter. Delayed enough time and took enough off of enough people. 7-1 right now. We Are Annihilation is truly annihilating Asian Sensation's chances of winning a match, as they're going to need to win a lot of rounds in a row to make the comeback. And it is looking unlikely. They're already down 3 versus 4. Practice does end up dropping, but Banco 10 HP. Not long for this world, but neither was Nolja, and 8-1. And it is going quickly south as Chris Powa is actually making a bit of a impact here, has cut into Practice's lead. And Chris loading up the rockets, shooting some grenades, getting a decent amount of chip damage onto Banco. And Monty now needs to get something done and gets a nice rocket onto Gabo, but flacked by Adram. And now Power needs to land a lot of good shots. Not able to do so. 9-1, Asian Sensation. They won a map, and they've given up on the rest of the season, clearly, as they've accomplished their goal and are seeing that, you know, what can we not achieve with the rest of this season. Practice hitting Nolja, nice snipe. Hitting Banco as well. Banco stuck in that low space, and no one's really challenging Practice. Practice is just getting free reign to shoot up here. And finally, somebody takes down Monty, but Power, last alive, 1 versus 2, needs to somehow deal with Adram and Practice coming right at him, and both of them are healthy. 14 HP. Power looking like he's going to drop down. Minigun coming out, and Power drops down, and that is a 10-1. On map number 3, 2, our match winners, We Are Annihilation, as the winner of the Toilet Bowl, We Are Annihilation, is able to get a win on the board, and Asian Sensation does at least get a moral victory for themselves, able to secure a map win, not going completely map winless for the season. But they do drop another match to We Are Annihilation, and that is all we have for the night tonight, folks, as We Are Annihilation takes the matchup between themselves and Asian Sensation 2-1. And until next time, this has been a UT4 Elim League Season 4 production hosted by UT Pugs. I'm your caster, EP, and I will catch you all in the next matchup. Have a good one.